I can really recommend these magic taps. They just haul water out of the air. And not only that, the water itself is magic. I'll collect a bit and I'll show you. There we are, a tumbler almost full of this stuff. Let me show you. If I take the glass of water and I put an ordinary table napkin over the top, you can see it's really covering the glass. I'll poke it right down so you can see that there's no trickery. If I turn that upside down, the water won't flow through the cloth. Incredible? Watch this. There we are, stays in the glass. Not only that, if I poke my finger on there, I can, with willpower alone, boil that magic water. You know what happens when water boils? It bubbles. Here we go. Oh, it's getting hotter. It's getting hotter. It's starting to boil. Yes, here come those first bubbles. It's getting hotter and hotter. My gosh, it's so hot I can hardly hold it. I'll let go. Go cold. And in fact, it's now so cold that I can drink it. Delicious. Nothing like a glass of magic water. How's it all done? Well, what was that magic water carry-on all about? Well, see for yourself. A tap suspended in midair, and out of it is pouring water. And yet the tap's not got any pipes or strings or anything like that attached to it. Magic? Well, hardly. And yet, it's not trick photography either. Come with me and I'll show you. You can see that it's a real tap. And if I put my fingers into a ring and go over there, you can see there are absolutely no strings attached, back and forth. Well, it's real water too. If I put my finger there, you can see it's running down off my finger and leaving it quite wet. So, how's it done? Well, come with me and I'll show you the disassembled illusion. There is an ordinary tap and an extraordinary bowl, because the bowl has been drilled to let through a piece of glass tubing, and that's the secret of the whole trick. You see, really, what you didn't see was a hose coming in underneath the whole setup, putting water into this junction, rising up through this tubing, through the bowl, and up all the way through the glass tubing. Now at the top it had no other course but to spill over and run down the outside, and all you saw was the movement of the water on the outside of the tubing. It looked as if the whole thing was a great stack of water falling down. And you could put anything on the top, a finger or a gnome or anything you like, but in fact a tap is what we're used to seeing putting out water. When you put the tap on the top, the illusion is complete. We think the tap is sending out a great column of water. But it's not so at all. It's just the water rising up and falling down again. So with that in mind, let's look at the illusion. And you can see how it goes. Let me grab the water column with my hand. Looks a bit silly like that, but if I take these bricks away, you can see what you couldn't see before is the hose going into the whole shebang. There it is, coming up through the plate, into the glass tubing, through the plate, and up to the tap. And I can take the tap off and the whole thing will still work, although it's not nearly as convincing. Unfortunately, you can't do this easily at home. You need to put a special little adapter in the tap. You need to get the thing terribly well balanced and do lots of other things. It's really quite tricky. On the other hand, if you ever see the illusion at a sideshow or an advertising display, at least you'll know how it's done.